must protect the wild.
You asked for it.
That's a pretty good hand. Alright, he got rid of all 3 cards. I kept my hand of 4. The hand is strong. It's a nice draw. These early game skirmishes are fascinating. Get that small advantage. The 1 mana getting 2 Wrath is pretty big. It means he can't Wrath the Berserker. Maybe the Berserker survives to take down a Yeti or something. The dream. Or maybe it doesn't. One or the other. I'll get the Water Elemental out. Having a turn 3 Water Elemental is really strong against the Druid. They got no solution against this. In general. They have few solutions against it, I should say. I would have done that the other way around. Could Fire Blast, but developing the Yeti is probably better.
Pay attention, class.
Interesting. It's the get guys type of druid. I think Arcane Intellect Frostbolt is the way to go here. No. I want a Fire Blast. This chick, it's pretty scary. I'll do 1 overkill on it. That's fine. This will have 3 health left, which means it can't. Which means it can be. But that will. Okay. Yeah, I could have considered this. There's a balance here. No plays are strictly better than the other. The benefit of doing this is he can't do this and this into this. But the benefit of doing this is I do 4 extra damage on him and then he takes another 2 damage potentially. And if I do this into this, then they're both at 3 health and some other bad stuff could happen. It's all very debatable.
This time for sure.
Wow. That was certainly wrong though. This is very daring. Certainly. It's all about the long term though. That play will overall lose games over the long term, but in very small subsects it's hard to see that it's a bad play. I have 2 choices. One is to fireball this, one is to develop the Ogre. It looks like Ogre 2 for 1's against that and something else. So that's fine. With that many cards, something horrifically wrong could go though. Could happen. Explain how the deck works. Sure, why not? It's pretty straightforward. You have efficient minions. You try to keep your mana efficient the whole time, and you try to very sparingly use your spells to tilt things in your favor.
Time waits for no one.
That's the basics of it. I'll use the Flame Strike Arcane Missiles here, and aim to not get incredibly unlucky. Whoops. I appear to have gotten incredibly unlucky.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Oh! I don't want to see.
Well played.
Let the hunt begin.
Hunters.
You asked for it.
At least these decks are Furious. Oh boy. Well, at least I got a mana worm.
Shields up.
Had to think about whether or not to use that there.
I got this.
As a hunter, you generally need to develop your board really quickly, at the risk of dying. I think he probably won't bow my guy. That ends up being fairly good for me because it means I can develop Kill again. This is an awful hand against the hunter because the flame strikes are dead and the polymorph is pretty pointless also. But the good news is I'll trade this.
I got this.
I don't want to trade since I can kill it for free, but I need to develop the Azure Drake. The good news is the opponent seems to have a slow start. He's not going for my case 100% of the time. I also have very few minions for him to unleash. That's about where the good news ends. The other good news is I have unlocked Flame Strike, which is usually a dead card. I have a surprisingly high amount of life for turn 7.
Let the pain speak to me.
Rarely get the luxury of fire blasting your own Acolyte of Pain in this matchup. He surely has Unleash combo in his hand, so I was almost reluctant to develop the Acolyte of Pain, but have to do it sometime. Oh man, double Buzzard Unleash. Alright, draw 4 cards. Maybe draw 2 more with a Timberwolf. This matchup is a good reason, or a large reason of why the Arcane Missiles is in this deck. Wow. Well, Arcane Missile is apparently better than Flame Strike here. Killing this is actually good for me. Alright, and I'll freeze him in case of the second bow, plus it's lethal next turn. I don't think he can do 20 damage, but stranger things have happened.
Ready to ride.
Alright, so he's representing Explosive Trap, and there's pretty much no okay. Hooray!
Let the hunt begin.
You asked for it.
Oh man. Let's see, 2/3 Acolyte of Pain is far too slow against Hunter. That's good. It's not the best, but it's good. Oh man, did he keep his whole hand? Ah, ooze, that's good. In a way, it's almost sad to have good twos. Wow. Enter the Golden Bloodfen Raptor. That's the first Gold Bloodfen Raptor I've ever seen. Congratulations. How wondrous in its natural habitat. Wow. This might be a control hunter then. Beast synergy? Yeah, he's trading, right? Does he think he is the control? He thought about it. But he decided not to. Which is correct, because I traded with him, which means he got 3 extra damage on me. I'll hit this over 2 turns. For I believe I am the control. Certainly with 2 flame strikes, even if I am actually the aggro. Normally, if this is a control hunter, then I am actually the control still. That'll be a 4-3 once I deal with this. It's definitely slower than the usual deck. I figured a Bloodfen Raptor deck would certainly have Houndmaster in it. Wow, super beast synergy. Busting out the Crocolisk too. Got some new tech here, boys. I'm actually playing a control versus control matchup, sort of. El Tigre. I've decided against playing another minion in case of Unleash the Hounds. He hasn't played any Buzzards yet, and a Beast Synergy deck would certainly have Buzzards and Unleash the Hounds in it. And having the 5/5 attack any of these minions isn't too much in my favor, no matter what it attacks. The problem with taunting only the 2/1 is that Unleash the Hounds wrecks me. Oh, I was hoping we'd pass the turn there. Oh, well, as tempting as it is to Missile Luck him, we'll just go for this instead. I'm hoping on this turn he plays several minions.
I let the dogs out.
Oh, that's good. It's really good for me.
Well played.
I don't want to play the Sun Fury, bring out another minion against Unleash. But if I play the Yeti, having it and the Water Golem be Sun Furied would be really good. And by Water Golem, I of course mean Water Elemental. Wow, such desperation.
What you look at?
I was expecting to see a deadly shot there. Come on, Fireball. This'll do.
Shields up.
That was a very unorthodox hunter deck. Sort of hunter control.
Well played.
Pretty cool. Ah, the big scar.
Well played.
I actually think a deck like this can be viable. I mean, he's proven it since he's rank 3. That's cool.
Your soul shall be mine.
You asked for it.
Hand is reasonable. At this level, it's impossible to tell what type of Warlock it is. It's been a while since I've faced Murloc Warlock, but here it is.
Do you need a blessing?
Oh, That's a super obnoxious opening. Stop the madness. That's a really strong turn 1 play.
Put this apple on your
Requirement: have 2 young priestesses in your hand.
It's time for a little blood.
Why do you fall?
Oh, please, no. Oof. Oh! Alright, at least.
Who you want me kill?
Actually, that wasn't that horrible. I was never gonna fire blast it in. Oh my gosh, oh wow, I lose. Well, GG.
Well played.
I give up. Game over. Sometimes you get murlocked.
Your soul shall be mine!
You asked for it.
I greet you.
No, it looks like this time around it's the opposite type of Warlock. The hand lock.
Thank you.
The Giant's lock. Whatever lock. In this matchup, I dig desperately for Polymorph. I think it's better to play this than Amani.
Job's done.
Pretty scary. I can kill that with a Enraged, Amani Berserker, and a Frostbolt.
Sorry.
Or I could do Mana Worm, Arcane, Frostbolt. No, that's even worse. Why not Berserker, Frostbolt? It gives me a higher chance of killing it with the Amani the next turn. This gives me a greater chance of... Yeah, let's just do it this way. A greater chance of not wasting the Frostbolt.
Shields up.
Directing me into that. Alright. Mana Worm, Frostbolt, Amani, I guess.
I wonder.
Who you want me kill? It's time for a little.
Twilight Drake can now like 3-for-1 me. Pretty tough. It's not bad. Unfortunately, Ogre might get Siphoned Souled. So maybe I should play Azure Drake. That might get Soul Fired or Shadow Bolted. So maybe I should Water Elemental. Yeah, that's like the
What to do?
the middle ground.
What to do?
It's the slowest option, but the next turn I can Azure Drake Fire Blast. And I need the Ogres not to get Siphoned Souled, ideally. It also puts that in Flame Strike range, a small bonus. Which it looks like I'm going to have to utilize here. That's pretty dodgy, but I have to do it.
Sorry.
Alright, not too outlandish.
That was a mistake. Well played.
Well played.
Well,
Yeah, guess that was tough.
I must protect the wild.
You asked for it.
Alright, reasonable opening hand.
It's time for a little blood.
In fact, to be fair, it's above average.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Haven't seen that card in forever.
Who you want me killed?
It's clearly going to be a get a lot of guys and Power of the Wild Savage Roar them deck.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Could either Arcane Missiles, Fire Blast, or develop a Water Elemental. Ah, the fact that I got a Mana Worm means that this is the better play now. Hopefully it does well. That was not very good. It was reasonable. I suppose it was like the second best possibility to the missiles hitting 3 of them. Yeah, it actually was. That's good enough. It just wasn't the awesome result of none of them hitting the Druid, which would be 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3.
Mind if I roll need?
Which isn't a very common occurrence anyways. Okay. I'm just gonna aim to keep his stuff off the board. That play was horrific. Although I guess the purpose would be to set the Mana Worm up for Keeper of the Grove. Then that makes sense.
I
Yeah.
must safeguard the land.
Sometimes you just don't have very good answers. It happens. 4 and 3 is probably best here. And I'll start keeping him frozen. By the way, flavorfully, in World of Warcraft, the water elementals do ranged attacks, and they keep casting Frostbolt at you over and over again. So it's perfect flavor that it deals 3 attack, and then freezes, because that's the simulated casting Frostbolt at you. It's oozing with flavor. Oh, hello. Let's see. Oh, they do water bolts? Whoops. Well, there goes my credibility.
Let the hunt begin.
You asked for it.
Rip Flame Strike. In a way, having the Flame Strikes is good, because if I replace both of them, I can't draw them in the opening hand. In another way, getting Arcane Intellect and Azure Drake is pretty bad, but getting Mana Worm is very good. So you have that going for me. Would I replace a Boulder Fist Ogre with a Faceless Manipulator? Maybe I would if I had legendaries to copy, but a Faceless Manipulator in this deck isn't very exciting since the best thing you can copy is Ogre. And I would only have one Ogre if I followed that plan. I have no idea what this secret is. None of them seem to make sense. It's probably snakes then. Okay.
It's time for a little blood.
I guess that sort of kills the Mana Worm, but not very popular. Oh, Eagle Horn Bow down. That's good. Okay, I have the choice of doing the Water Elemental. Doesn't look like I have a good play after that, though. Oh, good. It's Huffer. Actually trades very favorably with my Harvest Golem. On the other hand, I am taking a lot of damage. But on the other hand, I get to play out the Mana Worm efficiently. And on the other bright side, I've got both Sun Fury Protectors, which is really good. But you can never count the hunters out.
I wonder.
Wow. Well, that's really dangerous. He has the combo, but it's not like I can really play around that. I actually thought about not playing anything, but that was inferior, I think. Okay. Well, this is good. It seems I've managed to dodge utter destruction. Rip Golem. I'll get the Ogre out. I don't think he can kill me next turn. And if I manage to taunt the Ogre, I think I win. I was certainly not oh. Alright, well this one looks like explosives.
Shields up!
It's good enough.
Put this apple on your head.
There's the Unleash at last. Pew pew arrows. And
Ready to ride.
a wolf right off. That went fairly well for me. Okay, try to get him with the missiles. Pew pew. Missile success.
I got it.
Well played. Greetings,
Well played.
traveler.
This time for sure.
Well fought. I can see.
That hunter deck is... seems not optimized.
Your soul shall be mine.
You asked for it.
It's Gul'dan. 2 and 2. This hand is... it's sort of a 2, 3, and a 4. Well, it's a 2/2 and a 4, but the 2 is acceptable enough to be played as a 3. It's time to play the what type of Warlock it is game.
The light protects
It's aggro Warlock. I'll play this over Fire Blasting. Next turn will probably be Fire Blast. Although, I wonder if this is actually the right play. Just because of a possible buff like that. I have my doubts. Even worse would be Shattered Sun Cleric. Then I can Fire Blast that.
For the crusade!
This deck is slightly offbeat as well.
I'll get right on it.
Do you need a blessing?
Problem with this deck versus crap, I can't really do that. I guess I can.
Shields up!
Versus like a druid or a shaman or a paladin, as I don't have an early game AoE. That's what missiles tries to do. But certainly getting overrun like this is
The light
possible.
protects me.
It sure does suck. That's why I toyed with 3, 6, 8, 11, 12. Man, it's rough. Toyed with Mad Bomber for a moment.
Your soul shall suffer. Dare summon me.
That was fast. What do I recommend for replacements for this deck for those with rare cards? Oh, Pagel and Blood Mage Thalnos, Heron, consider Sylvanas. Those 4 legendaries are pretty good in this deck. Unusually enough, those cards don't help against aggro anyways, though.
You asked for it.
Ugh. The Arcane Explosion is good against that deck, yes, but the problem is it's bad against a lot of decks. The general idea is the missiles are a more flexible Arcane Explosion, which sometimes costs 1 less and sometimes destroy you, because they do nothing. It varies like that. Oh, he got Huffer. Alright, I got 2 options. One is to Arcane... No, this is a better option now. If I didn't have the Mana Worm, I would have Arcane Missile, then tried for the Fire Blast. It's gonna hurt to skip my turn 4. I might polymorph whatever you place. Oh, can't do that. Excellent.
It's time for a little
The nice flexibility of a 2/4 drop.
That didn't quite hit the mark.
Oh. Well, rip Amani Berserker.
Job done.
Probably not favored to win this game. Wow. Well, I gotta trade these guys off so I don't get unleashed. Play an ogre. I guess that was basically a fireball then. wonder if I lose this turn.
Put this apple on your head.
That didn't quite.
Got one less hand. Six, 10. Alright, good luck, missiles.
Me smash. Me smash.
6, 10. So that's lethal next turn from me to him. We'll see if he can kill me. He needs to do 7 damage on 5 mana. That's enough.
Well played.
Okay.
Well played.
Or 9 damage on 7 mana. Wow, much hunter.
Let the hunt begin.
You asked for it.
Give me that lower mana curve, yo. Alright, definitely worth using the coin here, since I have another 2.
It's time for a little blood.
Concept of the mana curve is simple, and also trying to go for a lower mana curve. Basically, you want to try to play something every turn to spend your mana efficiently, and you don't want all low stuff because otherwise your stuff will be bad, and
Who you want me killed?
you don't want all high stuff, otherwise your stuff will be uncastable. So you want a nice, smooth progression, ideally playing something each turn and using all your mana. And in Hearthstone, you get this hero ability to mix in as well, which is nice because it gives you another option, and sometimes you need it.
Who you want me killed?
I got this.
It helps smooth out as a mana curve. Looks like my opponent is the beast synergy hunter. People have asked me in the past what's the point of River Crocolisk and Bloodfen Raptor since they're strictly better cards, but that's not true because they're beasts. I've always thought that they could be good enough to run in a beast synergy hunter deck. Houndmaster is a really good card after all.
For Argus.
In this particular game, Flame Strike is not dead, and I will cast Gadgetzan over Chillwind to spend the mana more efficiently, since it doesn't look like he can do 4 damage. I mean, he can deal 5 damage. Hunters tend to do 5 damage, so it would be... This card is basically a worse Yeti in this matchup. It's pretty tame as far as Unleash the Hounds goes. Definitely looks like a control deck.
It's time for a little blood.
Alright, the dream is he attacks me with those 2 guys, plays all of his cards, and then I Flame Strike.
I let the dogs out.
It's probably as good as I'm gonna get with Flame Strike.
Who you want want me killed?
I'll take it. He seemed to minimize his losses if he was going for that. I'm interested to see what he was holding back. Oh, okay. It's a Ragnaros. Ouch. You don't see that in very many hunter decks. No, but this is cool. It looks like a viable control hunter deck. Ugh. That's a guaranteed kill on me unless I draw specifically Sun Fury Protector. Wow, that almost does it.
Well
Nice.
played.
Full deck.
Well played.